what's going on, people? What's going on? I just left my job. Some good news. They actually have showers at my job, so I'm not getting in my car all dirty. I worked. Today I worked 11.5 hours, but they take out 30 minutes for lunch. So it is what it is. But I worked today. And I'm not gonna be here too long. I'm about to call my mother, but I got some work in today. I'll tell you that. I got some work in today. I work with the same guy, and I guess in this video I want to explain a few things. So I didn't blatantly say it. I didn't explicitly just say like, hey, I'm autistic, but I implied that I am, and he doesn't seem to really care. And I don't think he would if I said it or not. But let me just say this. You're there to work. You ain't there to make friends. Don't get the idea that I just fall out with people. I don't fall out with people. I'm a pretty nice dude. I don't talk shit behind your back. I don't lie or steal or lust after your wife. It's just that and we joke around too, but the thing is, he understands that. And let me just say, we had a really deep conversation today. So I told him about my accident, how I was on a head-on collision, and I almost started crying, but I ain't all emotional. But I was telling him that I got into an accident, and I saw the decline into me. I saw the decline intellectually that has been going on for almost 2 years now, or over 2 years now, where I went from reading 100 books a day, 2 pages each, to literally sometimes just 1 or 2 books. And I was telling him how if that accident never happened, I don't know where I would be, but I wouldn't be. I know I'd probably be in the midst of finishing school. Who knows what I would have done with the intellect that I had, but my memory is still good, and just my yearn to learn is still there. It's just my speed, my intellectual speed of just getting things done is very slow, but I have a great memory. Like I was telling him that my routine for reading is read the page, go on Wikipedia and see their interpretation of it, watch a video on it, and that's how I remember things from reading. And he was just like, how many, did you really read 100 books a day? I was like, yes. I looked him dead in the eye and told him, in my spare time from 2020, 2021, 2019, 2018, all I would do is read books. I would learn, absorb information. And this is why I schooled him on a lot of shit today. I was telling him about, it was really only one real gangster who escaped slavery, and that was Bass Reeves. I was telling him how he beat his master up, and he wound up stealing money from him, and that's how he escaped, because his master was I believe a Confederate army. He was a soldier on the Confederate side, because Bass Reeves, he shot like 12, 13 people when he was a sheriff in the Oklahoma Territory, I believe. And I believe he couldn't read or write, but he was fluent in about a few indigenous languages. But I was telling him that they may make a movie about him, because Bass Reeves, I read the book, and I had a comic book on Bass Reeves. But I said it was nobody more gangster than Bass Reeves when it comes to escaping slavery. Because I'm not, no disrespect to Frederick Douglass, but I just jokingly said that he kind of went out like a bitch, because he posed as a sailor and he just quietly left. Like, he did speak out against slavery, but he was looking over his shoulder, for his masters to I'm no disrespect to him, but I just said that like Bass Reeves was gangster about his escape. And let me tell you right now, all the stuff that I've been through, yeah, if I was a slave, I would find ways to leave myself. I wouldn't just take shit from a punk ass master on a plantation. I would definitely try to escape out that motherfucker. But there's no disrespect to Fred Douglass. I just said that he went out like he just did it like the punk way. I mean, if I had the choice and I knew I had a way to get out, I would do something. I would physically attack my master or whoever is closest to him. I would do something before I leave. I wouldn't just take shit for 10, 20 years and just quietly just leave. No, I would leave and with a message. But we were talking about that, And I was just explaining to him that I just suffer like intellectually over the past 2 years. It's just everything is just so slower now. But that when I told him that, and he told me, you need to just not dwell so much on the past. I was telling him, you know what? When I get off of work, I'm going to, attempt to try to get maybe 20 books done today. And over time, I just try to condition myself to get back to my former self again. But I was real sharp. I was a very sharp intellectual until that accident happened. But let me tell you this, having autism, you may not trust everybody that you come in contact with, but let me just say this about being black and autistic. With black folks, we try not to get in each other's business. We're not very nosy people. We don't worry about problems that don't concern us. While I just noticed that non-white people, not all, but a lot, are very fucking nosy. They very, like, here's an example of what I'm talking about. It was a guy, and just hear what I'm saying. It was a guy who was walking to work every day. He was living in Detroit. He walked to work every day. And this guy noticed that he was walking to work. So you know what they did? And just here, let me explain myself when I say this. They raised a bunch of money and they got him a car. Now, for him to get that car, they didn't just give him the car discreetly and just tell him and just say like, hey, we saw you walking to work and we just wanted to, help you out. No, they put him on camera and they showed the whole world his situation of how he couldn't afford a car and how these non-black people helped this man finally get his ass to work. It's more of this. They didn't do it discreetly. When you help somebody, I felt like when I saw them help this man, they were doing it to go viral. They weren't doing it because they really wanted to help him out. Now, I didn't get him the car, but if I saw somebody in need, like that guy I helped out last year at Walmart in Daytona, I didn't put him on camera. I didn't exploit him. I didn't take a picture with him. I gave him $100 out of my own money. I gave him something to eat, got him some gas money, and I kept it moving. But I don't think everybody wants to genuinely help people that are in need. And this is the thing. If they weren't going to do it the way I said it should have been done, they should have just minded their business and just kept moving. Because he was perfectly fine walking to work. Because I know as a man, when you go through a lot of shit and you go through it yourself without any help, it feels good when it's finally over with. Like I'm almost at the stage where I found a decent job. I dealt with all that by myself. I didn't have nobody help me. I didn't have nobody put a resume in for me. Nobody put in a good name for me. I dealt with all this myself. So it's like, as a man, when you get things done by yourself and nobody is doing it for you, where they're embarrassing you like that man in Detroit, it feels very good. But I want to just say this. I just feel that if he wasn't a black man, the guy at my job I talked to, I most likely wouldn't talk to him because of my experiences down here. And it's just like, let me just tell you this. I feel I have the right to think the way that I do, but I'll stop thinking the way I do when people stop doing the shit that I'm talking about. If that makes any sense. I'll stop saying the things that I'm saying when people stop doing the things that I'm talking about. But we talked, and like I said, he inspired me to do 20 books today. I'm gonna jump on that later. And I just feel good. I don't know if we're gonna work together at the next place, but I just feel good knowing that it's somebody that I could, talk to and understand too. I told him straight up, like I said, I know if it was more people on this bus, you'll have people to co-sign the things you say. Because like I said, we joke around all day, and it was never, and I told him, I don't take nothing personal. I'm open to hearing different opinions on things, so we talk. But it's just like, it's a shame that it took me this long to really open up to another man down here, like just talk man to man. It took me this long because this is how just fucked up the South is. And let me tell you, it's on both sides. It was black people, black men who were exhibiting pretty like bitch ass characteristics at jobs that I had in Georgia, Florida. So it just took a while to really just connect with somebody. And like I said, we don't gotta be friends, but it's just good to, you know, talk to somebody, laugh around, smile, actually be happy for 11 hours of the day. Because I don't, like I said, at the last job, I was very cynical, and I don't like to be that way. But I'm just gonna keep it real. A lot of non-black people are very fucking nosy, and whenever they try to help us, it's like their intentions are never really good. It's really to put us on blast. It's really to embarrass us. I told you, I showed this picture of this guy who long story short, he didn't have insurance, and a police officer paid for it. But they took this fuck ass picture and posted it online, and I was just implying that they're making the man look very weak, and his wife and his kids are all in the picture. It makes him look very weak as a man. You know, I understand times are hard, but you don't put a man on camera with his wife showing how he can't provide very much for his 4 kids. That's just something, I mean, they should have stopped having kids after the second one, but that's just something you don't expose to the whole world. And like I said, with this job, I worked 11 hours a day. With this job, I feel like I'm going to thrive a lot more with just my money and just my mental well-being, because when you don't make a lot of money, that's when you really feel the worst about yourself. But I just feel like I'm going to thrive working here. And yeah, that's really about it. I'm just glad for the next 2 days I'm going to work with him. And like I said, he said he never got into any arguments with people. I don't get in arguments with people. At my age, I don't argue with anybody. But like I said, he doesn't seem to care that I have OCD or narcolepsy. It doesn't really seem to bother him. I told him straight up, man, I don't really do a lot of going out. I mean, everything that I want, I'm very careful that the people I'm around. You know, what's funny, he asked me, did you got like a girl? And I was just like, yeah, but I didn't really go into like detail of like exactly what kind of girl. So I'm gonna keep that to myself. But he doesn't really, if I were to say something, if I were to explain what it is I'm into, I don't think he would care about that. But like I said, that's not something you should tell people unless they're the one, you know, giving up some ass or some whatever to you. So it ain't really their business. But you know, so far, and like I said, he's not from this part of Florida, and maybe that can explain it too. Gainesville is pretty far away from this part of Florida. And understand, I'm in contact with people from South Carolina, Atlanta. A lot of them got a lot of like fuckboy mentality ways. So I mean, no, excuse me, I didn't mean like that. I didn't mean all people from Atlanta, but because I know I have a subscriber from Atlanta, I didn't mean that way. I mean that some of the people from Atlanta, like that guy at it was this guy at that factory I was working with. He was just gossiping about me, you know, putting dirt on my name. That's just something a man doesn't do to another man. You don't put another man, throw another man under the bus. You don't do that. But like I said, I told him, if we do this every day, it's just going to be done the same way. We can joke around, we can laugh. I'm not the type that argues with people, and if we ever disagree, I'm cool with it. But I told him, like, very much with, like, I didn't really go into detail about it, but I just told him that I don't like to, just let me know if I ever say anything that may come off the wrong way, because I don't like to, I never want to fall out, because it's just a bad feeling. But I'm sorry for that Atlanta comment. I'm sorry if you anybody from Atlanta watch this video. It's just, I dealt with a lot of shit, man, these past 2 years. But I'm gonna read 20 books today, at least 2 pages. I'm gonna try to overcome the effects of this accident. Peace.